Everybody. This is episode 5 or assignment 5 for week 3. I'm just going to go over some. This week is going to be all about hiking and things you can do, hopefully during the pandemic. It's free, low cost. You can do it out in your neighborhood. You can do it at a bunch of places around the area. And what I want to show you right now is a little thing I came up with hiking info for Central New York, so in our area. And what I did was I came up with, and this isn't, I'm sure I missed a bunch, and I'm sure there's some places that you might have hiked or went for with your family that I don't have on here, but um, these are some of the big hikes in the area. If you look how I did this list, I did the list through how far is it from ESM High School. I just did a starting point of ESM High School. And if you tip top, admission fees can change based on the day and season, so please call ahead. Some of the rates off season, like if you go to Green Lakes after Labor Day weekend, it's free. So from Labor Day to Memorial Day, so all winter, you can go for free right in our backyard. It's as you can see, Green Lakes is number 2. It's 9 minutes from school, 4.8 miles from ESM High School. Okay, so the first one is Erie Canal Park. Admission's free. It's about 8 minutes, and if you live in East Syracuse, you probably know about Erie Canal. It's very flat. It follows the canal. A lot of people run and hike and bike on the trail. I personally think it's kind of boring just because it's flat. Some people really like it and enjoy going out there, but that's somewhere you can just go walk. I'm not a fan of putting earbuds in while you're walking because I like to listen to the birds and hear all the nature sounds and stuff like that. But some people like to do that if they want to go out and put their AirPods in or whatever and listen to music. That's something they can do. So the Erie Canal, if you look the first one, admissions free, 8 minutes from school, 3.7 miles from ESM High School. Green Lakes. Green Lakes is amazing. It's right in our backyard. It's 9 minutes away, 4.8 miles from ESM High School. I put a link on there for you. And we take our physics classes there from ESM. We've been going there for probably 15, actually, well, 20, over 20 years. And remember, after Labor Day weekend, it's free from all winter, early spring until Memorial Day weekend. And then they start charging. They do charge $8 per vehicle to go in there. So if you want to go with your family or whatever, it'll be $8 per vehicle. Clark's Reservation, a little bit farther away, 16 minutes, 10 miles from ESM High School. There's a lot of really great views there. I haven't been there in a while, but I just remember the last time I hiked there, it was years ago. I really enjoyed it. That's $5 per vehicle. Onondaga Lake Parkway, it's flat, right on the lake, and there's people. There's things you can rent. You can rent those bikes. Your whole family can go on a bike. You can rent bikes. You can bring your own bikes. There's a ton of free parking, totally free. There, if you want to walk, you can. There's just rollerblade. Everything is there, and there's usually a lot of people there, but there's plenty of room. And like I said, it's flat. It goes around the lake, so that's something that's a great resource. It's 19 minutes away, 13 miles from Ithaca High School. Ithaca Falls State Park. $3 on Monday through Friday, and $5 Saturday and Sunday per vehicle. Off-season hours could actually be free. I'm not really sure. Walk-ups they did say was free, so you could actually walk right up. If you were nearby, you could walk right into the park, and it would be free. And those are per cars. So that's a nice little park you can walk around. Pratt Falls, $1 per vehicle. It's 26 minutes. High school. That's another great one. I've been there before. I'm sure a lot of people from the ESM community have been there. That's a nice hike. Beaver Lake Nature Center. My family, we actually just got a membership there. It's $40 for the year. It's $5 every time you go with a car. That's in Baldwinsville. If you see, that's 29 minutes from ESM, 26 minutes or 26 miles away. There's a lake loop that goes all the way around the lake, and there's a bunch of different um, uh, really cool trails in there, and they're all very easy. There's not really any steep hills. Great Bear. This is a really interesting place. It's on Route 57. If you go to Phoenix High School, and it's just north of Phoenix High School, probably 3 or 4 miles north of Phoenix High School on Route 57. The cool thing about Great Bear Recreational Facility is it's 100% free. There's ton of trails. I've been mountain biking there with Mr. Smith. He goes really fast, and then I catch up to him eventually. But there's the only negative thing about the place is people are allowed to have their horses there, which is really cool. But when you're mountain biking and you're not very good like me, and I come around a corner and there's a big pile of horse poop, it's something you have to watch out for. So but a lot of families are there. It's very easy hikes. The mountain bikers there are very courteous. I found to the hikers, so it's a great place. I've taken my daughters, my wife there, and it's right. You can walk right down to the canal, or not to the canal, to the lake, river, excuse me, and it's 100% free. There's maps there and everything. Baltimore Woods out in Marcellus. It's 32 minutes away, 23 miles from ESM High School. It's a little bit smaller, like maybe 100 acres, but they have a lot of really cool stuff there, and that is free admission. And that's in the Marcellus area. Highland Forest, if you go down south, Tully area, that's $3 per person. It's 34 minutes away. Huge park. You can horseback ride, you can snowshoe, and do all that stuff there. That's the same with if you go to Beaver Lake, you get snowshoe there in the winter, in cross country skiing and etc. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do there. You can take a horse ride there, and there's a lot of stuff to do at Highland Forest. Ithaca Falls Trail. I haven't been there yet. I'm dying to go there, uh, but it's the falls. There's a bunch of really cool gorges and falls there in Ithaca. That's obviously a little bit farther away, an hour and 9 minutes, 63 miles from me at high school. And then I added Adirondack County hiking trail. So trails. So if you look, there's all the hike Central New York and all those different hikes. So there's a bunch of stuff there. You could do all in Adirondack County. And I'm sure I missed a bunch of hikes. You're probably looking at this going, he didn't do this hike, he didn't do that hike. So it's not all inclusive, but I did a bunch of hikes there. You may have heard of Bald Mountain, and Mountain is in the Adirondacks, right just northeast of Old Forge. You go through Old Forge. Old Forge is a really cool place. If you ever go up there, make sure you go to Old Forge Hardware. They have water safaris up there. It's a really cool town you could be in. But Bald Mountain is about 25 minutes to hike. It's just on the left side of the road. You go past Bald Mountain Colony, and you'll see the parking. And it's about a 25-minute hike, but the views are just amazing. What you can see from up there. And I had to do the views from All Trail, but you'll see that's from the top, and you can see it's just beautiful. It's a very easy mountain to hike. It's a very popular mountain. But if you ever up in the Adirondacks, it'd be a great day trip. Spend 20 minutes up, you hang out there for 30 minutes, 20 minutes down, a little over an hour, and then you can go into Old Forge and hang out there. So it's a really, and you probably know someone, if you haven't already done it, know someone in your family. I'm sure maybe your parents or a brother or sister have done it already. Our Adirondack State Park. I did a site here for that. 46ers are the 46 high peaks in the Adirondacks. If you do every one of the peaks, you'll get a 46. You can be a 46er. There's information on that, but high peaks region and all the different places to hike. The Adirondacks is huge. There's Blue Mountain, Ball Mountain, Black. There's just a ton of peaks up there to hike. So if you're ever interested in the Adirondack State Park, there's all the information is right there. And then the last thing I did for the hikes was the hiking trails in New York State. So all the hiking trails and all the parks. There's parks in Oswego, there's parks in Rochester, and Binghamton, and Buffalo, and Niagara Falls, and in Albany, and there's just parks everywhere. There's really great New York State parks. So there's parks in every part of the state. On the bottom of this document, you'll see I did so you can see it. Hiking, walking apps for your phone. And the biggest one, you don't always want to rely on your phone because if there's no signal, you want to have a backup. You want to have maybe a map and compass, and we'll talk about that in a later lesson. But All Trails is probably the best phone app you can get for over 100,000 trails on there. It's a really, really good app. GPS is really good, and these are free. You can pay money if you want and get more services. But I think I looked at the UA, that's for Under Armour, Map My Walk. It's a free app for your phone, and you can walk around your neighborhood or anywhere, and you can see where you walk. So it's a really good app. Hiking Project also is a really good app. Argus Calorie Step Counter and Walk Meter GPS. I think a couple of those are just for Apple. I know a lot of people have Apple phones, but those are little apps you get on your phone. You want to start hiking in your neighborhood, and make sure you walk on the left side. Make sure you're facing traffic, and make sure you have light colored clothing on so the cars can see you. But you can walk in your neighborhood. There's your hike. If you can't get in a car and drive out to one of those places, um, make sure someone knows where you're going. And you'll see a lot of the things I put on there. I'll be gone a half hour. I'm going to here. And if you're not back in that time, hopefully someone's coming to look for you. Make sure you wear bright colored clothing. Don't walk at night with all dark clothing on. Walk on the left side so you're facing traffic. So you just want to be aware of that. So you want to hike safely. But hike in your neighborhood. And I gave you a bunch of places right nearby that you can hike. You look at it, there is 4 hiking places within 20 minutes away, and 8 hikes less than 30 minutes away. So there's a lot of places to go, and most of them are free. So get hiking. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and this will be assignment number 5.